It's that time of the month. It's the video games pickup video for October 2022. And as you can tell today, well, I'm dressed as Batman because it's Halloween as we're recording this, and it kind of also fits in with some of the game pickups. So this month we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games, and a little special thing that came in the mail. So let's get into it. Games across multiple systems, and the first one we're going to pick up, well, first two we're going to pick up because I somehow got sent a double of this, is Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator. I know nothing about this game, but when I first saw it on an Instagram feed, just based on the title alone, I knew I had to buy it. It looks like exactly what it says. It's some kind of weird organ trading simulator. Now, one of the big pickups for the month of October was Bayonetta 3. Now, I love the first two Bayonettas. I'm looking forward to eventually playing this one, and it looks like it's a great time. One game that I now own this 3 different times, and you've probably seen one of my collector's editions in the background for this, but I had to go, and thank you Atlas, and buy Persona 5 Royal for the PlayStation 5. Now, I wasn't gonna buy this game again because I beat it originally on the PlayStation 4, and I own the collector's edition of the PS4 version of Royal when it first came out, but I went and bought the PS5 collector's edition as well because it is a whole different collector's edition, and I'm kind of actually happy that Atlas sent the game and the steelbook separately from the actual collector's edition, so now I don't have to open that one and I can just pop this one open and, if need be, leave the collector's edition closed. Now, with that being said, also, we're going to get out of the last mainstream game that came out this month, and it's the first one that kind of goes into this costume, and it's Gotham Knights. Now, I've heard mixed things about this game, but me being the Batman nerd that I am, of course I picked up the deluxe edition. Now, let's go into a retro game I picked up, and this is a game that I played a lot of as a kid, and I'm happy I was able to get this for a decent price for the PlayStation 1, Tomba 2. Got this under $100, happy to get my hands on this. I used to rent this game from Blockbuster back in like the early 2000s, and I'm excited to finally one day play it again. Speaking of games, yeah, there was supposed to be a segue there, but no. Just speaking of games, I guess, because this is the game pickup video, picked up this weird one based on a movie that I love. And I'm intrigued that a game came out on this, and turns out this game was released on PC maybe about a year ago, and I never even heard about it. So I picked up the PlayStation 5 version that just came out, and that's Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo. The movie itself is very interesting. I'm very intrigued to see how they made this into game form. But another game that I'm very intrigued about, that I actually own the digital version of, that I forever wanted the physical version of, but it was never released until it was. And that is Psychonauts 2. Now, it's interesting for me to look on the back of a game and see Xbox Game Studios for a PlayStation game. I bought this literally maybe a year and a half ago, and I was holding out, hoping that a physical edition would come out, and it did. So now I have it. And we're going to go into one last game before we go into like the little retro pickups I got, and that's a game called Road 96. Now, I've seen this game on so many lists of games you have to play because of just how weird it is. Apparently you're like a hitchhiker and the game changes based on, I guess, decisions that you make. I was intrigued by this when I first heard about it, and I felt like I had to get it. Now we're going to go into 2 retro games, and one of them is Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex. Now, I wanted this game on the GameCube, actually, until I realized the PlayStation 2 version is actually like the better version, and the graphical style actually looks different than the GameCube in a few ways from comparison videos I saw, and it kind of, I guess, makes sense to get it on the PS2. I grew up with a PS1. To me, Crash Bandicoot is still a Sony franchise, so the fact of knowing that the PlayStation 2 version is the good version, I might as well get it there. And speaking of the GameCube, there we go. We have a good segue there. I picked up Batman Begins. Now, I did not expect this to be a good game. I looked at reviews, though, and I looked at video footage, and this game very much looks like an Arkham game before it was an Arkham game. Um, which is interesting because usually movie tie-in games kind of suck. So the fact that this one looked nice, it looks like it plays cool, I felt like I had to pick this up. Now, my last major pickup for the month of October, I did not think was going to be here for this video because it came from Japan. And that is, hear me out on this, the North American version of the Sega Genesis 2 Mini. Now, the reason I didn't think this was going to be here for this video was this shipped out on Thursday of last week from Japan, and somehow I got it Friday. I don't know how DHL did that, but shout out to them. I like, too, that in very Japanese style, it's in a very compact box compared to the original Genesis 1. And I do like that, they made a sequel to the Genesis Mini, and they used the Model 2. That's amazing. A bunch of games on here I really want to play, and I'm very intrigued that there are Sega CD games on here, because I've always wanted to play Sega CD stuff on kind of official hardware. But owning a Sega CD these days is just very hard to get your hands on, one, working within reason, and two, working. So those are my pickups for the month of October. The Genesis 2 Mini is probably my big one because you had to import it and it's only being sold through Amazon Japan. But then also a lot of the games that came out this month were just fantastic, guys. I want you guys to enjoy your Halloween. If you picked up any good games this month, let me know what they are down in the comment section below. As always, thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Enjoy your Halloween. Until next time, I'll catch you later. See ya. Bye.